Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to episode 28, I believe, of the Thrifty Pickers Morning Mug. And go check the chat, and then we'll get into the title I chose for today. Let me get over here and get this going. Takes in a minute. I think my computer needs coffee too. There we go. Come on. Okay. Well, that's popping up here. I'll move this over. Well, good morning, good morning. Got my morning mug, and like I said, after the night I had last night, I need it. Let's see if the chat pops up here. It's taking it a second. Well, like I said, I only sold one item, but I'm happy to be here to show you that one item. It was a Lauren Ralph Lauren women's long sleeve button front. Nothing fancy. Sold for $15.99 plus shipping, which it came to $22.74. Not much, I know, nothing exciting, but like I said, after the night we had last night, I'm happy to still be here to show you this because we were involved in an accident last night on the highway. We were driving home from Teresa's sisters. We just picked up a outdoor table and we're just driving along, mind our own business, talking, and all of a sudden, blam! Got hit, sideswipe my truck. There was a semi had come across from the far left center into a box truck, and that box truck had nowhere to go but into us. And I didn't even see it. Next thing I know, we're just driving along, and boom, he slams into us. Um, Minimal damage to the truck. Thank God. I mean, it could have been a ton of a lot worse. Um, my truck did kind of tip up a little bit and kind of drive on the side of his truck. My tire marks are all on the side of his box truck. The worst part of it was the semi did not even stop. And it was dark. The box truck driver didn't get information on the truck. It was dark. He couldn't see any markings. And that thing, he just flat got it and got out of there. Um, but the box truck driver was a very young man. And he pulled over off of the shoulder. And then, I pulled over too. How we didn't flip, I don't know. Because going 60 at least 60 mile an hour, and getting hit like that, we're lucky we didn't roll. I mean, I do drive a big truck, but still, and that was a bigger truck that hit me, and it just all happened so fast, and it makes you think, just driving along, all of a sudden, boom, your life could be taken from you in just a split second. And though we walked away with just minor bumps and bruises, it could have been a lot worse. And I really don't know how we didn't get hit from the ass end from all the traffic that was around. And that's another thing. Nobody, nobody that's seen everything that happened stopped. Not one driver stopped. They just all kept going like it was nothing. And I'm thinking, what is wrong with this world today? You know, it's like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. Um, but everybody was okay. Vehicles are okay. I was able to drive it home. Insurance adjuster probably come out, once we get the accident report and she'll be in the shop and get her little bumps and bruises fixed. But, looking back on it, we could have died. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. That semi could have jackknifed whatever, and killed a bunch of people. But the worst thing is the guy's still on the road. He's still driving. He just kept on going. Um, and nobody stopped. I know somebody had to see that. I mean, there was traffic, cars all over, and how we got out of that with what we got was a miracle because it could have been 1,000 times worse. Because those semis, my dad used to drive a semi. And I know how powerful they are. I know how fast they roll, and that guy just, I feel bad for the young man because he was scared. It scared him to death. I mean, this big giant truck coming over on him, and he was driving a box truck, so it wasn't little, but he had nowhere to go but over, to try to get out of the way. And the semi did clip his truck, and that's what pushed him into us. And that's like I say, me and Teresa just driving along, talking, about ready. We were probably not even a mile from our exit, and all of a sudden it's like my whole truck just kind of rocked up, and I'm thinking, what the? I said a few, bad words, of course, um, and I was afraid to get out of the truck. I was afraid to look at it. I didn't want to know, once I found Teresa was okay. Of course, she was like, "Let me out, let me out." So she jumped out once I stopped, and um, it was rough. It was a crazy night. And then, we stood there and stood there and stood there waiting for the troopers to get there because they had to come from Lebanon to where we were at, the State Highway Patrol. So, and, nobody, not one passerby stopped to make sure everybody was okay. And I thought, what in the heck? Are you serious? Everybody's so content they didn't want to get involved, I guess. It's like, what if somebody was majorly injured? Not one person stopped. And I told Teresa, I said, you know what? From now on, if I see something like that, I'm stopping. If the troopers aren't there and somebody needs help, we're stopping. I said, because that's ridiculous. We could have been injured, could have been sitting there bleeding or something, and nobody. They just went on about their business. I think that's sad. Because years ago, it wouldn't have been that way. There have been cars pulling over left and right to make sure everybody was okay, and, to give their statement, what they saw, blah, blah, blah. Nothing like that last night. So, but like I said, I'm thankful that it could have been a whole hell of a lot worse. And it's like, you know what? I only sold one item, but I'm going to get on there, and because I'm glad I'm able to be here. Because when you think about it, what the ramifications of what could have happened, and what could have the outcome. Because there were, like I said, I don't know how we didn't get hit in the back end. I don't know how nobody else got in the accident. I just don't get it. Because people were just, flying. So I'm thinking, how in the world did they miss us? It was crazy. And it's just like, I just pulled off the side on the shoulder, and I don't know how it didn't get rolled. I really don't, because looking at the side of his box truck, my truck it was way up. I mean, had to have been up like this because my wheels are probably, I don't know, shoulder high on me as far as where they were located on his truck. So it looked like my truck was trying to climb up the side to get out of the way. So, but, and, my truck ended up with just minor scrapes and scratches, no major dents. I thought for sure the whole side of my truck was going to be caved in because the way it hit. I mean, it rocked us this way, and then Teresa come into me, and she hit my shoulder with her head, so I got a bruise here. Her noggin's bothering her, but other than that, we're okay. So, and of course, once I realized she was okay and he was okay, I was like, oh, my truck. I was like, oh, I don't even want to look. So, but when the trooper showed up, I walked around with him with his camera, and he's taking pictures. I was like, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought for sure the whole side was going to be nothing but one big giant dent, but it's not. So, just major or minor cosmetic. Most of the brunt of it was on the trim. The trim's got big gouges in it. There's some paint missing over the back wheel well and a few other places, but no major dents. So, but like I said, it could have been a lot worse. So don't take life for granted. Just don't, because it can be taken from you in a split second. So just be happy with what you have and who you have in your life, and make the best of it, because it could be gone. Could be gone today, could be gone tomorrow. Um, so, don't spend too much time here in front of your computer. I know running an eBay business, isn't easy. You have to do a lot of work. But don't forget the small stuff. Don't forget to go out and enjoy life. You know, get out and do stuff. Make time to do that. Yeah, money's great, but you can't take it with you when you go. So, spend some quality time with friends and family, the people that mean the most to you, because they can be taken from you in a heartbeat. I mean, that was basically my point of, coming on here to show that, because it just really made me think that, we could be laying in a hospital bed or in a morgue. I mean, you think about what could have really happened, and it's like, you know, was somebody watching out for us? I don't know, because it really should have been worse than what it was. Um, and it, like I said, it happens so fast that it's like boom, boom, boom. And I'm pulled off the side of the road. I'm thinking, oh my god! I had to kind of collect myself for a second before I got out of the truck, because I just didn't realize at first what actually happened. I mean, at first I'm driving along. Next thing I know, there's this panel truck right here in my window, literally in my window, and it just rocked me out. Just I was like, oh hello, you know. So, but like I said, it could have been so much worse than what it was. But make sure you take time to enjoy, you know, what you have. Don't spend too much time worrying about eBay and money, and because without your friends and family, you don't have anything anyway. So money can't buy that. So well, anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna get this packed up. I want to thank you for watching, and thank you for watching later if you do. And so hopefully I'll see some of you in the Picker Daily Hustle. Um, so I will talk to you all later. Bye, everybody. Have a good one. Don't forget to hug your friends and tell your family you love them. Bye.